Hey y'all, I know I was supposed to go live, but it is now 1 o'clock in the morning. It's still a tight race. We have the Democrats, 173 seats in the House, 190 on the Republicans. As of now, Trump has 246 electoral votes, and Harris has. No, that's not right. The Senate, 50 Republicans. All they need is one more seat or the president to win, and they got this. More likely, the Senate will be Republican. This election has really. We have to really break down this election.
When are you hearing from officials that will have answers?
And we're truly going to have to leave our emotions out of this when we break down this election, because it's a lot of factors in this election. It's a lot of factors in this election. Like, I know from the mainstream media and what y'all probably been seeing on headlines or stuff on social media and different stuff like that, you have been seeing people saying they acting like it's making it, want to make it a fear-mongering race where they thinking a white man gonna do this, or thinking a black woman, a half-black woman, or this woman not black, all that shit that came with that. And Trump over here being a racist indictment with this, that. I know a lot of those agendas was pushed on the media, you know what I'm saying? And not saying that either or is true or false. Now, I'm not getting into that right now. But what I'm getting into is people was hurting up under this administration. People was not thriving up under this administration. Inflation was to the roof. Eggs was damn near $20. From the Trump administration, they showed the percentages of inflation. From the Biden administration, damn near went to double digits in the 20, 30, 40% higher than something that was 9% might have been 34%. People, you will have people acting like they mad about her being this or him being that and this, that. But when they go in that box, they really vote on their money and different stuff like that. This is why you see Trump he's, as of now, he is in the top league for the popular vote by a long shot. He has, last time I checked,
Welcome back to CBS News.
he has won over 12% of Biden voters.
10 p.m. in the West, and polls are now closed across all 50 states. Former President Donald Trump.
In Pennsylvania, as of now, he has 33 million popular votes. Wait, check this out. Hold on. He has 246 electoral college votes. She has 194.
In the race for the White House, the electoral vote count now stands at 246 for Donald Trump and 194 for Kamala Harris. And all eyes are on the 7 battleground states where this election will likely be won or lost tonight or in the days ahead. As we mentioned, CBS News projects Donald Trump wins North Carolina, a major victory for the former president, the same battleground state he won in 2020. Trump is also projected to pick up a win in Georgia. In the blue wall states, CBS News rates Wisconsin as lean Republican, and that leaves Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. And CBS News rates all 4 of those battleground states as toss-up at this hour. And just in, CBS News projects Kamala Harris will win the state of New Mexico. That is an expected win for the Democrats, although Donald Trump did pay a last-minute visit to that state, hoping to eke out a victory. I'm joined now by Major Garrett and Anthony Salvato, who have new information from the CBS News data desks. And as we mentioned, Donald Trump, the Republicans have a very good...
And it's looking like there's a red wave that Republicans is going to have. They most definitely going to have the Senate, because all they need is one more seat. So they're going to most likely The Republicans run the Senate, period, point blank. I'm calling that early. The House is more than likely going to be Republican.
This is the map as it exists in this election. We show the one.
In Pennsylvania, Trump
What the map looked like. So bring the camera in here,
is
if you will. Let's focus right on this part of Eastern
3,300,000 votes.
There it is in 2020.
Harris has.
You see that difference?
Let me wait till this chart come over.
Running up the eastern side of the Lehigh Valley up towards Scranton. Again, its coloration is either lighter blue or light red. And that is right now why the former president is running ahead of what he ran with in 2020 and is on pace.
She has 31. So she had 3,100,000. He has 3 million.
Joe Biden and how he performed.
And she's underperforming from Joe Biden from last election.
Because this is a lot of white working class voters, many of whom now have shifted to the former president in this election. The other thing, though,
See what I'm saying?
in Philadelphia, I want to look in here because
Working class people done shit. Shit is, man, shit is high. My electricity bill be coming in at $600. I don't know what the fuck I be doing. I don't understand how I'm getting a $600 electricity bill.
2020, you see a little bit lower turnout so far. So all of that is part of the formula here for why Donald Trump is doing relatively better here than he did in 2020. It's across a number.
He's even doing good in Philly.
And the collar counties, which had traditionally been Democratic counties, although Bucks County now has more Republican voters in Bucks. You see.
But look at the difference. Look at the difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
With that, right? We'll go to
Northampton, running behind.
She's underperforming badly in PA.
Here again, Lehigh, right?
Trump got PA. I'm just.
But it adds up, right? You see the number of votes there. The lead for Harris so much smaller than what Joe Biden would have gotten out of there. And so one after.
Let me get on something with
adding up to keep Trump more competitive.
Now, you have not characterized this race yet. Can you show us why? Why you haven't called it lean Republican, for instance?
Yeah.
Tell us why.
Let me tell you another thing. See, this is why a lot of people don't believe a woman should be president because they feel like women are too emotional. And we are.
Still some from Philadelphia.
I'm still old school. I believe a man should lead, and I really think a man should lead a country. But if we do get a woman, I'm not going to be against it. But that's just my belief. But I'm not going to just vote against a woman because she's a woman, and I don't feel like she should be in that seat. But I do feel like a man should run that seat. Kamala Harris sent out. Hold on.
We can still look at this data, but I just want to bring in senior White House correspondent Rita Jane because she is in Philadelphia as we're looking.
Kamala Harris sent out her co-chairman to tell these people that's been standing on their motherfucking feet for hours at Howard University to go home. She's not going to come out and talk to y'all tonight. She'll talk to you tomorrow. This is why the fuck they don't think a woman should be president.
You were hearing from the campaign.
You let your emotions get involved because you feel like you're not doing what it's supposed to be doing. You were supposed to get your ass out on that stage, thank them, and tell them we still in the race and we still gonna fight this all the way to the end. And I'll thank you, this, that. You basically said, bitch, fuck y'all. I'm going home. I'll holler at you bitches tomorrow.
Despite all of the money and the resources and the time that not only campaign staffers, volunteers, but
they spent so much money in Pennsylvania and she still lost.
And so when you look at what the Trump campaign was focused on,
she had the top hitters,
even more in those
celebrities,
in the deep red areas, and there were
popular rappers.
looking at Nora, including Erie County.
Even had Riri come out.
In 2020, 98%.
And Trump's still smoking her ass. That's why I keep telling y'all, celebrities we don't vote because of celebrity. I love Gorilla in her music. She said, go vote Kamala. No, the fuck I'm not, and I'm still going to listen to your music. People don't give a fuck about... See, they don't go get the average Joe to bring out to campaign or to come out and tell you to vote. They go get celebrities that got a lot of following. They pay them. I heard they paid Beyonce $10 million.
Latino population.
For her to come on a stage and do a 3-minute speech, $10 million. And Trump is still smoking her ass in the popular vote.
We now know that in Berks County, for example, which is part of that corridor, 99% of the vote, 56% right now for Trump, 43% for Harris. And then he was also able to flip. It looks like he's on the path. Northampton, which is in that corridor as well, 92%.
He is even getting the black man vote.
For Trump so far, and 48% Harris. So that did not pan out the way that
Women, a lot of women came out and
then they talk about Philadelphia. When I was talking to a Trump source,
listen, y'all,
they said, look,
this race is still close,
the way that the
but
Harris team planned. So they are feeling very good tonight, Nora, the Trump team.
more than likely, Trump is going to be the 47th president of the United States of America.
Just expertly laid out what some of the challenges are.
Now, my pastor
tonight
is a prophet.
I'm so interested, Regia, that you mentioned Erie.
He tell us about stuff. He prophesies about stuff that's going to happen in the world. When COVID came out, he told us about COVID. We shut down 3 months before COVID because we already know COVID was coming. We already knew it was going to be some kind of thing was going to affect the lungs. And I had got sick right out. He wrote us a letter. He wrote us a letter back in August, giving us another world prophecy of how the music industry is going to come down, how a lot of big names are going to be going to be taken down, how a lot of people that's on the top are going to be coming down, and a lot of people on the bottom is going to be coming up.
And that was sort of a bonfire that went all.
He gave us a prophecy the other day about the election. He don't tell us what the election is, when I'm probably sure he know. He did tell us to stock up because he told us to stock up. He told us don't do no night crawling because it's going to be people in the streets that's going to be upset about this election. And people is about to get targeted. A lot of bad things are going to happen. And also, it's going to be another shutdown to stock up on water and canned goods, stock up on as much water and you know them kind of foods that you can make.
And that is positive direction for the former president.
Well, this is when we should go to Maurice Dubois at the Path to Victory.
I believe everything my pastor say because this is not the first time he done told us about things that has came out.
Nora, thank you so much.
He even told us when
Trump
Trump got impeached, he said it's going to be shame brought upon the White House. And this is that, and then Trump ended up getting impeached or whatever. But my pastor said, God is doing this to really gird America. But after all this bad stuff happened, after all this another shit, all this, America is going to come together and we're going to be on one accord. He also said a president is going to pass away. I believe Joe Biden already did, but I'm just, that's another story. Now remember I told you these things. Wednesday, November 6th, and it's 1:12 in the morning.
If Wisconsin isn't available, as we say, it leaves red tonight, she would have to go to Arizona to get to 270, and that would do it. Right? No, that would be 260. What are we doing here? 260, 270.
Baby, they're trying to find.
Which one? I gave it to red. That's what I did. Okay, thank you. That would be blue. So there we go. Math isn't my thing, but the math tells the story, doesn't it? So yeah,
y'all
the
listen.
paths are narrowing for Harris. They're getting wider for Donald Trump.
Be careful when y'all outside. Watch your surroundings.
All right, Maurice Dubois, thank you so
Be
much.
strapped and loaded because you might have to help
Just in the CBS News election headquarters. CBS News
when you
can
see some of these
project
things, other
Republican
people.
Deb Fischer will win re-election in the state of Nebraska, and that means we can now project that Republicans will take control of the Senate. This
I
flips the
already
Senate,
told
which
you.
Democrats had controlled with Vice President Kamala Harris's tie-breaking vote. Scott McFarland.
You see the number behind
I
you,
told y'all.
that's the magic number for Republicans. They're there. We're projecting 51 seats That gives
Told
them control
y'all.
of the U.S. Senate, that gives the next president a Republican Senate.
I told y'all they won the Senate, and they most definitely
Cabinet.
they look like they're gonna win the House.
All of this now will go through a Republican Senate, which by the
That's
way,
still kind of
is
close,
not
but more than likely
designated leader
they're
yet.
gonna win the
Mitch
House.
McConnell is stepping back.
I've been told y'all that a long time ago, but here it is. It's really projected now.
Where Sherrod Brown, a resilient Democrat of Ohio,
Told y'all.
strong labor support and strong backing in the 3 key cities of Ohio.
I told y'all they won the Senate, and they most definitely.
Projecting his loss
Now,
to
y'all,
Moreno, the Republican businessman from Ohio.
just be very
That's
vigilant.
one seat loss from the Democrats.
Like my pastor say, no
West
night
Virginia
crawling.
was an uphill fight from the jump. The Republican governor, Jim Justice, served
Get
2
your
terms in
gas
Charleston,
during the
projected as
day.
an overwhelming winner.
Try not to be out at night.
That's
If you
the
do,
secret
perhaps
thing about
protect
retiring
yourself.
Joe Manchin. There's 2. Montana is
You know, because if I be out in one of these places and I see a maniac trying to gun down an open crowd, I'm definitely pulling out my gun and I'm gonna shoot their ass.
military veteran from Montana.
These are facts.
Democrat John Tester.
I am going to do what I have to do to protect myself, and if I see that weird ass shit,
Situation in Arizona, where the Phoenix Congressman Ruben Gallego has a lean standing right now against Carrie Lake, the Republican in Arizona. Michigan, Pennsylvania, Nevada. Those familiar battleground states are also battleground states for the U.S. Senate. We deem Michigan a toss-up right now. Mike Rogers, the former congressman,
we have came, but I blame the media for this,
represents the same district. Rogers
of how they polarize stuff.
The incumbent Jackie Rosen against Sam Brown. Another toss-up
I had somebody
state.
call me acting like it's just about to go down because Trump is about to be presidency. I said we were supposed to be in chains in 2016. Remember? Y'all gotta stop this shit. The media is the reason why all this fear mongering is going on. The media is the reason why these weirdos is coming out and doing this crazy ass shit. It has been Democrat and Republican presidents for years. It has never been this high tension how it is.
Including Dave McCormick in Pennsylvania. That's his second race for the Senate there, of course. And looks like he is in good position to win the contest there. One of the things is we're now past 1 o'clock in the morning, and as more of the vote comes in, and we know it has been a strong night for Republicans and Donald Trump. The question is, what was the composite of the electorate? Where did Donald Trump do well? Where did Kamala Harris not do well? So, John Dickerson, when you look at...
And they already on the internet blaming niggas, black men. It's always our, it's only 13% of us, but it's still our fault. It's black men's fault that Kamala didn't run. See, Kamala would have probably had, well, I don't know how she could have, because the economy is fucked up. But at least if she wouldn't have had so much other negative, well, Donald Trump had negative press. But it was a lot of negative press on her because a lot of us had an issue with her trying to run as a black person. When you got sworn in the Senate as the first Indian, but now when you're running for presidency, you the first black woman. And then days on closing out, you say now you're not black. Your mother just raised you on the foundation of being around black folks. She's fake and phony. See, Trump, you're going to get what you're going to get with Trump. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're going to get what you're going to get with Trump. Kamala, she was just very unauthentic and just phony.
Women in the suburbs. And he did very little, in fact, some would argue, he leaned into his problem.
See what I'm saying? People trust, 51% of people trust Donald Trump with the economy.
What does this mean?
Well, what it says is that there is no,
50% of people trust
there was some conversation about
Trump more with crisis, and they said 48% trust her with crisis.
Help with his rough edges. The office will become presidential. There's no question that Donald Trump is Donald Trump in full. He ended his campaign purely, fully Donald Trump, and that is what Americans, it appears, are signing up for. It's certainly what the exit polls show. He has a lot of support for that.
And he went through a primary where he was challenged by other Republicans. Nikki Haley, a former governor, someone who worked under him as the UN ambassador out there just
This is
saying
just.
he wasn't going to win supporters when it comes to women because he's alienated.
It's still up in the air, y'all.
She lost that primary, and perhaps her bet here isn't it's not.
It
as
still
clear
can
cut.
swing
I mean,
for
it's just
Kamala.
interesting again and again to come back to the two things that Trump voters told us. It's the economy and it's the border. Largely, the Democratic ticket avoided discussing the border and immigration as much as they possibly could. There's going to be a lot of analysis.
And black people was starting to have realize they having a problem with the border because we ain't that many in the population of America anyway. And the more immigrants flood over here illegally with their 50 kids, we really not gonna. In a minute, the Democrat ain't gonna give a fuck about running on what black folks gonna need. It's gonna be immigrants, like fight like it's your last, whatever that shit they be saying.
Secure the border, but also a mass deportation. Thank you. It is past 1 in the morning. So she's the expert. We'll touch base with Cecilia in just a moment. CBS News, America Decides, election 2024. We'll be right back.
Y'all. I don't even know what to say no more. Like, I just woke up laying on this couch. I took my dog out. It's still close. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like, I wouldn't, cause like they said, all she gotta do is snatch up 1 or 2 states and she won.
Dream big, they say.
It's still up in the air.
Over 3 million square feet of it. So you can walk
But y'all, like I said,
snow longer, wonder greater. Pose with your friends, sillier. Shop with your family, happier.
hopefully when all this
Make every meal
over with,
tastier. And
we can
look
get
higher
on
than whatever your dream
to
is,
building-
live it big time at American
building America to where it's a place where people thrive. That the reason why immigrants want to come over here, because we slowly turn into a third world country. I don't have nothing against immigrants coming over here. Just come over here the right kind of way, because if I do anything illegal, y'all gonna arrest me and put the felony on my back, like with the rest of my felonies on my back. Y'all don't give a fuck about me saying I was doing this, I was going in the mall boosting to support and feed my family. Y'all didn't give a fuck about that. The prosecutor didn't give a fuck about that. The judge didn't give a fuck about that. They sent my ass to jail. But when immigrants break the law coming over here and they saying they coming over here because they want a better place to live with their kids and they get subsidized housing, they get monthly checks, they get social security cards, they get able to vote. They don't get in trouble for breaking the law, but me, American citizen, if I break the law, I get in trouble. That's the problem I have. I don't really have a problem with immigrants coming over here. America is full of immigrants.
Also has a refill reminder light.
This land is mixed with immigrants. So that's not the thing. My thing is just how they get to come over here and do everything. And they don't go into Kamala Harris' neighborhood. They put them in Chicago. They put them in Cleveland. They put them in New York, in hood areas. Not in the rich folks area. In the hood area. That's what I have a problem with. So y'all, I just want to come to y'all and say, here we are. Tomorrow I will talk to y'all again, so we can hopefully this race will be called tonight, but they trying to act like it's not. But I don't understand. Like, this should be a law that it should be, everything should be counted and done today. Look at Maker. They still out there waiting on Trump. They still out there waiting on Trump.
Pictures of Trump campaign headquarters in West Palm Beach, where the crowd is cheering as another network just called a battleground state for Donald Trump.
They still out there in West Palm Beach waiting on
As it
Trump.
looks like their candidate is marching closer to returning to the White House and becoming the 47th
See the difference? They ain't going nowhere. But Kamala, she said go home, baby. They still out there in West Palm Beach waiting on Trump.
The issue of immigration, the promises that Donald Trump made in the last
See
campaign.
the difference? They ain't going nowhere. But Kamala,
For 60 minutes on that. What did you learn?
This mass deportation plan was perhaps Donald Trump's biggest policy proposal throughout this campaign, and I think a lot of folks were surprised over the course of the last few months to see how much.
so the Senate, the House Republicans have 194
more than 50%
seats.
supported this idea
And
of mass deportation, and for 60 minutes we sat down with
Democrats, I think it's at 184.
carrying out this plan. Tom Homan, who
I'm
ran
gonna
ICE
sleep my own self.
under Donald Trump for the first year and a half. And look, there are very serious questions as what
Let me see what it say. Hold on.
Actually pull this off by some estimates. We're
Senate,
talking about
51
$80
Republicans,
billion
41
here
Democrats,
the American
183 Democrats in the House, 194 in Republican, but they need 218.
Criminals, but Nora, make no mistake, what we found in our investigation is this
That's still
involving people who have lived in this country for a very long time, people in the interior of the country, not just at the border.
Right, Cecilia Vega, and we have seen the polls said that a majority of Americans
Trump
actually
is still at
support
246.
mass deportation, but you went in to see how hard it would be and how
Kamala is
expensive
still
it
at
would be. All right, when we
190.
come back, we may hear from Donald Trump. CBS News America Decides election 2024 returns in just a moment.
Let me turn to another channel. I've been flicking back and forth in between channels.
A lot of his supporters were anticipating. I think they were cautious about it, though, just given the fact that they had lost in 2020 and given the fact that, some of these polls were just such razor-thin margins.
So speaking on the fact that so many analysts are going to be looking at this, again, kind of backtracking a little bit here when we compare Trump and Harris and getting to this pivotal moment.
Trump going out there to speak to his supporters. He don't give a damn if he winning or losing. He gonna go out there and talk to them folks.
Now, in the election cycle, where we're seeing this, tight margins, but at the same time, like you were mentioning, how Harris, she did have all of that optimism right at the beginning, and now it's kind of materialized to this point where it's looking like, the former president, the former president is really ahead in many of these states, kind of garnering all of that. When we think about the message, when we think about the messaging that both of them had,
it is what it is. Like, I will come back to y'all.
Senate race, I think maybe ever in Montana here.
Let's see what they saying on this
huge
channel.
fight, and we only have about 30% in, so we can't really draw too much from here. But
She
we
still
can
got
say
194.
this is a very red state. Trump was at 56.
He's still at
performing at 51.
246.
But look, it's still early in the night. There's still 70% of the vote that's out in Montana. But this is one we're going to be watching closer. There's still a lot of counties that haven't even reported vote yet. So still very early in Montana, but the Republican, Tim Sheehy's on top.
All right, Tom, thanks very much. We're back with our panel now, along with our guests, Claire McCaskill, former Democratic Senator from Missouri, and Mark Lauder, Strategic Communications.
I will come back to y'all again. Thank y'all for tuning in with me. This has been crazy.
Claire, let me start with you. We may hear, Donald Trump sooner than later.
Donald Trump coming out on that stage. He coming out on that stage. I will speak to y'all again.
Oh boy, that's a really hard